Hello, today I'm going to share something different. It's about this car, the Fiat 1100D 1970 model. I am Bosky and you're watching the Art of Unwinding channel. In this channel, I usually share my experiences both on and off the motorcycle. However, this time I decided to do something different and get onto some four wheels for a change. So let's get going. A couple of years ago, a friend of mine mentioned that there was a Fiat for sale. I was curious but didn't give it much attention, so I just let it be. And then a few weeks later I asked him again out of curiosity, is it still there? He said yes. So I happened to go take a look at it. I liked it. It evoked a lot of fond memories of my childhood, and finally ended up buying it. And I'm glad I did, because I'm having a whale of a time with this car, enjoying it. We take it out on a weekend, take it out for a spin like I'm doing today on a Sunday only. There would be less traffic to handle. Mind you, the car is not easy to drive compared to today's standards. The clutch position, the braking, the throttle, the gear, steering wheel. It's all a bit weird. We are used to things that are much more precise, more control, more power. Everything is, obviously a lot of technological improvements have happened in the last 50 years. So it's not easy to drive this car. However, for a spin on a Sunday, it's amazing. It's an amazing car to drive. I've had this car for a couple of years, and the reason I chose to do a review today is because I always wanted to do a review of this car, and I realized it's not good to postpone anything. So we never know when we will get a chance to do something we always wanted to do. So might as well do it when we can, and I could do today. So here I am driving my 1970 Fiat 1100D. And I'm enjoying it. In a couple of weeks' time, this car will be 50 years old. It was registered on 27th of December 1970. So it will celebrate its 50th birthday in just about a couple of weeks. This particular car came with one very interesting piece of document. The owner of this car went to great pains to maintain this, and I think he was a very meticulous and very systematic person. It's a fuel register which he apparently has maintained from day one. Every single entry of the fuel he has put with the kilometer reading. And the first entry is on 1st January 1971. So since the car was registered on 27th December 1970, he probably got delivery on 1st Jan, a New Year delivery, took it straight to the gas station and filled up the tank, almost, I guess so. And this is the book. It's a little diary, 1966 diary, or a notepad or whatever. It is dated 1966. The first entry, like I said, is on 1st Jan 1971. 25 liters, kilometer reading 1186. You may wonder why the new car kilometer reading is 1186. Let me explain that to you. Oh, I like this car. so much fun. On a Sunday only, can't drive this in heavy traffic or on a hot day. There's no air conditioning, no seat belt, no ABS, no airbag, no tubeless tires. This is how they used to make cars in those days. We had one, I remember. We had a few over the years, over the decades. When I was in school, we always had a Fiat and then later a Premier Padmini. So I have a lot of fond memories of this model of car. Why did the car run 1180 kilometers before it was delivered as a new car? Well, in those days, there were no trucks to ship the cars from the factory to the different cities across the country, believe it or not. They used to drive them. Once the new cars were made, they used to be given to a bunch of drivers who used to drive them to the different cities. So this car was made in Kurla, Mumbai, the Mumbai Premier Automobile Plant. And Mumbai is around 1000 kilometers from Bangalore today. In those days it was probably a little longer because the roads were not as straight as they are now. A little more winding highways. So it probably took 1100 or 1150 kilometers to drive from Mumbai or Bombay, as it was known then, Bombay. So that's why the cars had run so much. Tell me something today. I'd like to hear from you in the comment section. Tell me, if you're picking up a new car today and if it has run 1000 kilometers, would you take delivery of it? I don't think so. Love to hear from you in the comment section. I remember when we were children in school, every summer holidays we used to pack up our luggage, get into the car, the whole family used to drive out. We have driven to all kinds of places, been to Calcutta, been to Mumbai, Hyderabad, South India, of course, all the places. So if we are running on the routes going to Mumbai, sometimes we used to see new Fiat cars being driven, a convoy of cars coming from Mumbai to the southern cities. And when we drove to Calcutta, we used to see, or we saw convoys of ambassador cars coming into Bangalore or to the southern cities. So that's how they used to transport cars in those days. Of course, they used to make only a few cars then, so I think that system used to work. I don't think that will work today. In those days, keeping a car for 20 years was very normal. Today, the average ownership of a brand new car is about 4 years. And it will probably keep getting less, because we have these marketing agencies who go to big management and marketing colleges and learn how to play with the minds of the consumer, how to make them feel less about themselves if they own this car or if they own this mobile phone. Yes, we are all prey to that. But that's the world we live in today. Uh-oh, there's a red light on the dash. That means I need to get back home immediately. This is Bosky. You're watching the Art of Unwinding channel. Till next time, ciao.